Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, Create Your Future. For those who don't know me, for those who are new, my name is Caroline. I am a coach here. So I'm available for one-on-one coaching. You have underneath this video a little box with all the information that will take you to our website. You can hire me if you want for coaching. I also offer EFT tapping sessions. And on the same website, you will find a whole list of pre-recorded hypnosis tracks available for sale. So they're still on sale for 50% off. If you choose one of those hypnosis tracks and you select the one you want, there are several titles. There are also bundles. So it's good for the individual and the bundles. So you click on the one you want, and then when you go to check out, make sure you enter the coupon code SAVE50, SAVE50. You will also find on the website a list of affirmation tracks. There are 21 titles, and they range from proposal, marriage, health, pregnancy, money, body image, freedom, happiness, success, the best year yet. What else do we have? I'm a catch. My SP is moving mountains for me. So my SP stands for, also for those who don't know, my specific person. Another title would be from being ghosted to being my SP #1 priority. I have one that is about thoughts transmission, and I have a rampage. The rampage is more, like faster beat, faster, a rampage, like faster talk. All right, so today I am going to read something that one of the subscribers wrote under one of our videos, and it says, "Hi, can you guys make a video about controlling narcissistic mother-in-laws who meddle in your relationship by trying to turn your partner against you? I've had so much trouble with this. Thank you." Okay, yes, absolutely. I'm not gonna say it's a theme to make it a reality out there. However, I have been hearing it a lot with my clients, those who are actually indeed married. So here you are, you have married your specific person, you have a good relationship, and then you have the mother-in-law that doesn't mind her own business. She's in your business. What do we do? Because yes, when somebody starts to aggravating you, at first, okay, they're just little things, but they build up over time. And then you get more and more aggravated. And then it becomes a thing which pretty much overtake a lot of your, space in your mind, in your brain. It's almost like, it's interfering with everything else you could be thinking about. It takes too much place, too much space. So we don't want that, because when we think about something over and over and over, whether it is something that we want or something that highly bothers us, it's the same thing. We give it airtime. And what does that mean? Giving it airtime, it means that we focus our thoughts, we focus our, all of our conscious and sometimes even unconscious, but all of our conscious time to the problem, which amplifies the problem. Why does it amplify the problem? It's because each time we focus on something and we put energy in it, right? We strongly feel about this. So when you have a mother-in-law that really irritates you, and you think about it over and over, the irritation is fueled with this energy, because now you're getting tense and you really think about it. It's like it's overwhelming, it's too much. And that is in itself an affirmation. And what does it do? It becomes your dominant belief, because now you truly believe that this mother-in-law is taking too much space in your life and she should back off and she should be kinder. But the focus is on what annoys you, what irritates you, what angers you. That is your dominant belief. And the dominant belief is what gets pushed out. So what happens next? You have more of it, right? You have more of it. So in this situation, this is what I would do. I would go ahead and truly think or write it down once, not more, about everything that this mother-in-law does that annoys you, that irritates you. Go ahead, spend some time. And it's important to do this once because you don't want to leave anything out. Okay, this is all the things that really irritates me, because at this point, if it takes too much space in your life, a lot of those beliefs now become unconscious, because it's a category. It's like it's a given, it's a done deal. You know, mother-in-law equals a big problem in my life, a big nuisance in my life. And now you don't even have to think about it, but when the word mother-in-law comes in your field, in your life, this is the connection, this unconscious connection. It's linked to nuisance. It's not linked to, oh my God, the most loving human being in my life, right? So it's the connection. A word is a concept, or, you know, like a mother-in-law, it's a concept. What does that mean? Well, what does she represent? Because your mother-in-law can be an amazing, wonderful woman who adds to your life with her care and her love and her presence, her wonderful presence. Or it could be this monster, right? So the concept is linked to something else. Wonderful, awful. What is it? So you have to be very aware, because at that point, the concept becomes unconscious and it keeps on popping up in your life where you feel like this is out of control. There's nothing I can do about it. So now you want to do something about it. So as an exercise to be, you know, very precise in your method, I like to write it down and really go for it. You go for it. All the things that you do not like, all the things that bother you. You contemplate, you read it, and then you're like, whew. All right, let's take a breather. Let's take a sip. So good. All right. Yes, life can be good. Life is actually really good when I decide it's really good. Remember, circumstances don't matter. Everybody is me pushed out, and my thoughts create. These are the concepts. These are the concepts we talk about here in this channel, and this is what we work from. Okay? So from those concepts, what do we do? Well, we realize I have this power to change it. I have the power to look at my mother-in-law in a different light. Now you have to make the decision, and that's tough. It is tough because when someone aggravates you so much, and sometimes there are worse feelings linked to it, like, I'm not gonna say hate, but it could be hate or anything that, you know, leads to really highly disliking somebody. We have to backpaddle, and I'm not saying you have to love the person, but you can be neutral. And it's important to actually be neutral where it doesn't matter. That person doesn't matter, okay? But you have to start looking at this person differently. So if you say, okay, my mother-in-law is always showing up at our home without any warnings. And that's really aggravating, because that's your private space. You don't want anyone to just show up randomly. You want to at least have a phone call and agree together, agree on a time and a day that would be good. That would make you feel better. So now you see this mother-in-law and you say, well, you know what? She used to be that way, but she's no longer that way. That would be the bridge to bring you from, because the problem is a lot of people tell me, well, I don't believe it. I don't believe that my mother-in-law can just be kind and considerate and that she will actually call and ask when would be a good day for her to come to our home. I don't believe she would do that because she's too nasty. Well, in order to bridge, to go from point A to point B in terms of your beliefs, sometimes we need to help trick the mind. Just trick yourself, that's all it is, right? So you can say something like, I used to believe that my mother-in-law was inconsiderate, but now, I don't know what happened, but she's completely changed and she is actually super considerate. Or you can say something like, you can have a conversation with her but then you have to prepare the conversation and say that your mother-in-law will be very, she will be willing to have the conversation. She will be able to hear what you have to say. She will not react. She will be very understanding. She might even apologize. So, you have to prep the field and know for yourself, not for her, for yourself, that this human being is capable of understanding, of decency, of communication, civilized communication where, we can talk without yelling, we can understand each other's point of view, we can respect each other's boundaries. So all of this, you have to do the work within. This is how you're going to see the person. And then you move forward on your list. You don't have to have the conversation, by the way, with her. You can say that you won the conversation, or you can just say, hey, I don't know what happened, but it's like overnight, this lady changed and now she's awesome. She's so kind. I don't know what was in her drink, but she's a whole new person. You make it however you want. You have to remember, this is your creation. This is your movie. This is your, your story. This is your story. So how do you want your story to go, right? So you make it. It has to resonate with you. It has to make sense for you. And then realize that, okay, everything that I was doing in my head before complaining, even though you were seeing it in your 3D reality, everything in your head can be changed to a new story. You also have to remember and I'm saying this because I hear it all the time, but I don't believe it. The client would say, but I don't believe it, or I don't think she can ever change. She's been like this her whole life. She's nothing. She's nothing out there. She is part of the projection from your consciousness, right? She's you pushed out. She is almost like, when we can use the figure of speech, the metaphor, however you want to call it, like she is a puppet and you have assigned that role to her. And then you would say, well, why would I assign such role? I mean, if I could have chosen a mother-in-law, trust me, I would have chosen a much nicer mother-in-law. I would have never created this person that's not good, not nice. Well, somehow you did, because she's showing up in your reality. So yes, unconsciously, I don't know how you created it, but you created it, which is not a bad news. It's good news, because now you can change it. And the way you change it, really, the steps are simple. You recognize you recognize where you are. You're in a space where you don't feel good. Why don't you feel good? You don't feel good because the situation is not pleasant. There's no harmony in this relationship. You are aggravated, you're tense, you're anxious around this person or thinking about that person. It stresses you out every time. I don't know if you have to have a family reunion, a family dinner, a family gathering, because this person is going to be there. So that's, you have to recognize your state. When you don't feel good, boom, right here, it's your indication that something within you has to change on one particular topic in this situation. It's the mother-in-law and her behavior, or her words, or just her being not kind. Then, once you have identified what bothers you, then you rewrite the story. What would it look like? What would your life look like? How would you feel in the presence of this person or thinking about this person? And you rewrite the story. And then you remember, everything comes from me. My thoughts create, and now I am going to close the old chapter, ignore it, and then go with my new book. It's not even a chapter, it's an old book. Boom, we burn it. New book, new story. I have a very good relationship with my mother-in-law, who is so supportive. She's so kind, she's so generous. She is very respectful of our boundaries. And it is challenging to see that person as a new version of herself when you have only experienced the opposite. But creating your life and creating your best life can be challenging. You might have to overcome some obstacles. There are things that are easy to change, and there are other things that you will have to work on yourself a little more. But it's worth it, right? It's worth it because you do want to change that. You do want a better life. You do want a better relationship. You don't want to feel tense. You don't want to feel anxious. So it really has nothing to do, at the end of the day, with this other woman. It has to do with how you feel. And how do you want to feel? Don't you want to feel at peace? Don't you want to have a good time? All right, so there are two type of end goal, yes, here. You can either say, all right, this person is nice. It doesn't matter whether she's in my life or not. She has no impact on me. I don't feel anything in her presence, meaning like you don't feel agitated, you don't feel anxious, you don't feel anger. So you can go with that neutral route. Or you can go with, we have actually say, I love you to each other, and we are very close and very bonded now. But even that, at the end of the day, when it becomes normal, the love and the respect with this new family dynamic, even that becomes neutral, because now it's a normal thing, right? So it's normal or really good, like neutral or really exciting, loving. That's where these are the goals, but not the anxiety, the anger, the agitation, the internal agitation that make you feel bad. Okay, so this would pretty much answer the question from the subscriber. It does apply to anyone, and since the biggest topic of our channel is specific person and relationships, you're going to do the exact same thing with your specific person. So your specific person is acting in a way that you don't like, that makes you feel anxious, that makes you feel fearful, paranoid, angry. God knows, what is your specific person doing? Ghosting you, cheating on you, blocking you, not committing to you, who knows? Or just you are in a relationship, but that the specific person is ignoring you most of the time, or not sharing any quality time, or maybe it's the communication, text. You're not happy because you don't receive enough text, you don't receive or you can never plan anything with your specific person. You want to go out on dates, you want to go out to festivals, you want to go do fun things on the weekends with your specific person, and this is not happening. Same thing, same as everything I just described with the mother-in-law. How does it make you feel? Are you happy, at peace, feeling good and normal and neutral? Or are you anxious, angry, sad, fearful? So that's how you measure the situation. And this is the whole process I just explained with the mother-in-law. You do the same with the specific person. And then you will see things change. I had situations like this with a person that used to very much anger me. And I had a long story, years, decades, 15 years or more, of thinking of this person as someone that pretty much had all the worst qualities you can think of. But I still had to deal with that person because it was a family member. And then one day I just, realized, well, hey, I'm doing this. I can change this. And now our relationship is perfect. It's really good. It's neutral. The interactions are not that frequent, but when they are, they're always good. They're fun. We laugh. We have a good time. We have good communication. We are able to say what we need to say. We are able to hear what the other person has to say and respect the other person's opinion, no matter what. There's no more anger. There's no more fighting. There's no more anxiety, agitation. And if once in a while I regress, I can do that work in my mind because now I know how to do it. And within the hour, this person will show up with the opposite version of themselves, exactly the opposite behavior. So it's completely doable. It's a practice. You need to practice. You need to, teach yourself how to think. Teach yourself how you perceive the other people. This is how you do it. All right, guys, I intend that I was very clear. If you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit that like button. And until next time, have a wonderful week. Bye.